everyone, Laurel here. I just wanted to drop in and take a couple of minutes to give us a movement meditation. So we will be slowing down the brain, all the noise that's in the brain, so we can listen a little bit more closely to our body and see what it's really calling for us, and through the movement, really allowing ourselves to tap into that intuitive knowing and knowledge that the body has, and just allowing ourselves to slowly move into the day to move forward and accomplish all that we have to do. So we'll get started, and if you just want to stand up, it's totally fine. If you want to do this seated as well, just make sure that you're sitting upright, and then basically kind of utilize your sit bones at the back of your body, kind of in replacement to your feet. So we're going to start just about hips width apart, feet grounded, bended knees, and if you'd like, you can either have your hands loosely at your side, or one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And we're just going to start by taking a couple of deep breaths. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And just keep moving with those breaths. And as you keep breathing, just notice the movement through your body, how your breath is moving, whether you only feel it in your stomach and your chest, or if you feel it expanding throughout your entire body. Is there a place that you want, or the breath wants to move to, and can you send it there? So just take a couple of more deep breaths and really just seeing where that breath wants to flow and what your body is calling for you to from the breath. So just really listening and finding what comes natural and what is being called in this moment. And now we're going to move both hands to our heart. And we're going to take one deep collective breath in. And then we're going to let it out, making out all the noise we would like to, and letting our hands go. And now, with our feet still hips width apart, we're going to slowly just begin to rock from side to side, bringing that movement, some gentle movement into your body. And as you begin to sway from side to side, notice how this feels. Do you feel light and soft as you sway? Or do you feel tight and rigid? And we're going to keep breathing as we do this. And as we do, let's see if we can allow our breath to let anything go that we're holding on to. And during this time, please do what feels right and what your body is calling for you. So if you want to alternate the movement a bit, please do so. If you want to make a lot of noise, that is perfectly fine. This is your time and your space to connect with your body and do what it is calling for you. So you may want to spread your arms out a bit from side to side and lengthen a little bit through your arms. Maybe feeling that through your back body and your shoulders a bit. And maybe reaching up, getting that deep stretch. Like you're waking up for the first time today. Just moving and swaying lightly. Getting into any of those kinks in your body. And we're going to reach up really tall for a moment, and we're going to roll out those wrists in one direction, loosening up anything that might have kinks. When we start our day, and then rolling them in the other direction. We're going to reach up really tall. Deep breath in. And then we're going to drop our arms down with a deep sigh. And now we're just going to roll our shoulders back a bit. Loosening them up. Letting go of any residual tension that might be held in the shoulders. And we're really just exploring the range of movement that we have in this moment. We're not trying to push or exert more than is really being called for us right now. So really just tune in and continue listening to your body as you begin moving and breathing with these different parts of our body. Okay, and now we're just gonna begin to move our head a little bit from side to side. And as I've mentioned before, do this at the pace that works for you. You don't need to go super fast. I know that's kind of where our society lives, even in this time of just such unprecedented change and everything. But we are allowed to listen to our bodies and really move at the pace that is right for it, rather than the pace that everyone else expects of us. And now let's just start moving your head forward and back. Just elongating the neck a bit. And don't forget to keep breathing. And now we're going to take some full arm circles, starting with one arm, maybe just swaying it back and forth a little bit just to get that natural movement going. Then I'm going to take it forward and around and back. Just opening up that shoulder a little bit. Seeing how it feels today. And bringing the breath in. So breathing in as it comes up and breathing out as it comes back. I'm going to release that forward, and now I'm going to take that in the opposite direction. Breathing in as it comes up in the back, and exhaling as it comes forward. going to take that other arm and just sway it a little bit. Get that initial range of motion going. And when you're ready, you can just start taking circles in one direction. Breathing in as it comes forward. Exhaling and releasing as it goes back. We're going to take it in the opposite direction. Inhaling and exhaling still. What do you notice as you move this arm? Does it seem similar or different than the first time that you worked on? Are you feeling more expansive as we begin to work on more of our body? We're going to take one more circle with a deep inhale in. And exhale out. And now we're just going to kind of go back to those sways for a moment, but we're going to focus on the center body and the hips a little bit more. Moving them from side to side. Waking up those hips. And we're going to start doing circles in one direction. And I always have lots of kinks in my hips, so this is one of my favorite stretches. How are your hips feeling today? Are they telling you anything as you move this way? Are you still breathing? As you bring your hips in a circle in one direction. Take a deep breath, inhale in. And exhale it out the mouth. We're going to take a couple more circles. Maybe if you'd like, you'll speed up these circles a little bit. Maybe making them a little smaller if that feels right. Bringing some more momentum and fire. But if that's not what you're feeling this morning, that is totally fine. But we're going to make our circles a little bit smaller and come back to center. And then we're going to start taking some circles, hip circles, in the opposite direction. Just moving through that center, our core, our hips, allowing them to extend and receive some flexion. And the hips is a place where we store a lot of tension and emotion. So if we have tight or sore hips, that can be one of the roots of it. So moving in our hips and listening to what we're feeling in this area is so important. So we're going to take a couple more breaths as we do a couple more hip circles. And maybe we'll change up the pace a little bit if that feels right for us. Maybe making smaller circles and speeding up the pace a little bit. Getting into the core a little bit more. If that's not what you're being called for, that's totally fine as well. Listen to your body. And we're going to make slightly smaller circles. And coming back to center. And now what we're going to do is step our feet out a little bit. Warm up our full legs a little bit more. And as we step out, we're going to just kind of push our hips out to the side a little bit, making mini half circles. So we're still feeling some momentum and motion in the hips, but really extending that out fully all the way down to your feet. And if you want to add some arm motions or some swaying in as well, that is completely fine. Just opening up, stepping, and just really making contact with the ground and feeling how your legs are doing this morning, or whatever time of day you're watching this. Maybe you switch the feet a little bit. While it doesn't seem like that might make much of a change, maybe the rhythm or the momentum will change a little bit when you kind of decide to choose the opposite side to really begin and kind of be that dominant side, even though you're going in a very cyclical, fluid motion. So we're just going to take a couple more steps. And from here, we're going to work on the ankles a little bit with some ankle circles. So I'm going to move this down. So we're going to start with one foot, one leg, and just gently begin rolling out one ankle in one direction, loosening that up a bit. Are you still breathing? Because we should still be breathing and listening to the body. Okay, now we're going to move in the other direction with this ankle. Okay, and we're going to do the other foot now. So just rolling that ankle in one direction. And then in the other direction. Okay, and while we're still here, we're just going to put one of our, just kind of go to the balls of one of our feet and have the other one flat, and then we're just going to alternate. So just giving some flexion in the feet, just really getting into the balls of our feet, giving ourselves some full range of motion. So we're just going to switch our feet from side to side. You can bend your knees as much as you want, maybe sitting and sinking into the hips a little bit more as you do this. Okay, and we're going to do a couple more. So now we've just about warmed up our entire body, but before we wrap up for today, there's one last thing I want us to do. And now that we've spent a lot of time listening and connecting with the various parts of our body, we're just going to let it all loose. So first, I want you to start shaking your wrists and your hands, letting them loose. And as you do that, as you feel ready, start bringing more of your arms in and start shaking your arms as well. And we're going to just keep shaking and adding in our body. So now we're going to add in our shoulders a little bit more. As we do that, our head starts to move a bit. And as we keep doing this, the center of our body begins moving. And we're just going to shake out our entire body, bring in your hips and your feet and your ankles, and we're just going to shake it out for a little bit. Just let it all go. Let all that tension, that stress, anything you've still been holding on to, let it all out. So just keep shaking. You can jump if you want. Do whatever feels right. Just let it out. You can scream. Woo! Do whatever feels right. I want you to keep shaking for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to center. And just keep your hands by your side for a moment and feel your body. What do you notice now? What has changed since we started about 20 minutes ago? Okay, let's take a deep, collective breath in. And a deep exhale out. Maybe you want to put your hands to your heart right now to feel your heart racing. What has changed? What have you noticed? What does your body want you to know? And how does it feel when you allow yourself to listen to it? Well, I hope you all feel a little bit more centered and connected with your body and your intuitive knowing that we have each of us inside of us. So often we move and we just keep pushing and not really slowing down to listen. And I think that's something we really need more of. And our body holds so much knowledge and wisdom that we have at our disposal at all times. It's just a matter of allowing ourselves to really tap in and listen to it. And this is one of the ways I found to do that. And I hope you've enjoyed this brief little movement meditation. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, so actually, there's one more thing I wanted to add. I hope you enjoyed that movement meditation. But what I want to say is, before you get back to or keep moving on with your day, I would highly suggest to take a couple minutes, put on a song that you like. You can put on whatever you like, and just dance and play, and just have a moment doing what you love with music, and just allowing your body to connect into music or a sound that really fills you and touches you, and play, laugh, scream, jump, shout like we were doing at the end. Do whatever feels right, but music has a lot of great power as well, and play is so important for us, and it's something that we need to be doing in our daily lives. And I think now that you've taken the time to really connect and center with yourself, allow yourself to celebrate that you've just done that. So take a couple minutes, put on your favorite song, and do a little funky dance or whatever feels right for you. But don't forget to take moments out of your day to breathe, to smile, and to play. And I hope you have a great day.